As you can see from the title and all the photos when I was a baby to a toddler, flashing through. Yep, today is the day that I've turned 30, the big trio. I wanted to take this time to pause, reflect, and share some of my thoughts about what this means to me. The reason why I shared those photos was because that was a period of time where it was the most innocent stage of my life. Young, pure, or I would say ignorant, from all the parts and parcels of life. Something that I know that I will not be able to get back. But this is something that I will cherish when I spend the first few years with my own children until they are ready to face the world. Since the start of the year, I have been looking forward to film this video to share some of the things that I have achieved and some incidents prior to this day. The main theme around this topic, for me, I am going to call it Finish the Story. So what is my story? Let's start with this, my career. I am a small content creator and I also do video production for the social media space. The biggest takeaway is that being able to work with talented people to create content has been a privilege for me. But things did not start the way immediately. At the age of 23, after my national service in the army, I got my first job. So my first job is an admin role, pretty boring. Then I swapped to retail sales in the same industry. Maybe I will share more about that next time. That was also a place where I found some of my closest friends till today. They will know I am talking about them right now. Not meant to boast as well, but I was also one of their top salesmen at that point of time. It was kind of a milestone for me. As a matter of fact, I am an introvert, so stepping out of my comfort zone is a big step for me. And thank God I did. Of course, I was reaping the rewards for whatever that I did at that point of time until the COVID-19 pandemic hit. And we were forced into lockdown for several months. Looking back, I should have done something more, such as investing or improving my skill set. And because of that, there were no sales to be done, and my income took a bit of a toll. After a few months, we are able to resume retail operations. It was all good at first, but in terms of my sales momentum, it has been affected. Thus, it kind of made me reconsider my next career path. So that was where my interest in photography and videography came into play, as some of my friends were doing that as a hobby at the time. I worked on my craft bit by bit, and over time I was able to do up a portfolio where I featured some of my photography and videography works, resulted me in landing my first full-time job as a videographer. So I started my first videography job in 2021. It was all good. I kind of enjoyed it, but after 1.5 years later, I was kind of stagnant and I was not able to learn from other people. Thus, I decided to bid farewell to that company and go for the freelancer route. I decided to become a freelancer because there are many stories from my other peers that they actually make a lot of money working as a freelancer. I must say I could have been more wrong. I was only be able to work a limited amount of projects, and certain marketing agencies, they pay are like peanuts. I felt like I did a lot of work, but I was not reaping the rewards that I deserve. And it was very unpredictable of how much I'll be making in certain months. It can be close to 5 figures, and sometimes just a little over 1,000. All this could only work out if you were able to market yourself and get known across industries, so the chances of people hiring you will be much higher. Fast forward till today, I am in a full-time position as a video specialist in a financial education company. And being a content creator myself, I am extremely thankful for it. So that's more or less my career journey so far. What you can learn from this is that the career journey will never be a straight path, especially for people in my age group, as we will never be satisfied in one place for several years, unless the company and the boss is very good. It is all about trying out a particular job, do your best in it, in a few months or a year. See if you like it, you hate it, you love it, you are sick of it. But for me right now, I feel like I'm able to stay here for a few more years. Talking about my career is done. Now let's talk about my family. Growing up, I was raised in a pretty independent environment. My parents had their own businesses at that point of time, so they were very busy most of the time. And I was not able to bond with them as I hoped for. I remember the times where I can only spend time with my dad when I go to his workshop to help him out. At the end of the day, he will give me some money, so that's how I earn my allowance for school. That kind of taught me that not all things will be handed to you indefinitely. You got to work for it. Of course, when I was a kid, basic things like food, water, or a place to sleep was provided nonetheless. So it was a pretty smooth childhood. However, things took a massive turn when my mother got ill. She was diagnosed with leukemia, which is the cancer in the blood. We thought that we are going to lose her, but thank God she has been in remission for the past 15 years. However, when I thought that the storm was over, my mom started to show signs of dementia a few years later. Because of my mom's condition, my dad had to pause his business to take care of my mom, while me and my brother will work to provide for them, whatever means that we could. What broke my heart the most is that my parents really gave up many things for us. I believe the same goes for other parents as well. They all want to provide the best life for their children, just that for my family's case, it was a bit more unfortunate. Now they were not able to live the dreams that they had laid out. All I want to say to them is that even though I don't really show it openly, I do love both of you a lot. So talking about my family is done. Let's talk about my relationships. I only entered the dating scene only in my 20s. I know it may seem late to most people, but it is what it is. When it comes to my dating life, many of my friends will complain to me about why I must have high standards for my future partner. Well, firstly, this will be the person that I will potentially spend the rest of my life with. Of course, there are certain things to consider. I believe that it takes two hands to clap. My promise to that person, whoever she is that I will want to be able to provide for her the best way possible in terms of showing her the finer things in life and being a good leader for her. Of course, realistically, have I reached that stage to do that? Being able to provide for my woman and family, having a car, a house, all the bells and whistles. Well, not 100%, but there is a plan. I always have a plan. Yes, the destination requires a journey, but I can see it. So if I can see it, means that I'm on the right path. So the question is that, are you willing to look at the distance with me and enjoy the ride that I'm about to take you on? Relationships aside, let's go back to the main question. What does finish the story mean to me? It's more than just being at the end goal that I hope for, but it's more about the journey and writing my own destiny. And this is how I define my story. At the end of all this madness, I hope to become a positive force to influence young men to become strong physically and mentally, allowing them to become the best versions of themselves so that they can too finish their own stories. This will also be the main focus of this channel from now on, which I will show you self-development related content. So do click on the subscribe button if you allow me to be able to go through this journey with you. To me, reaching 30 years old is not the end for me. It is only the beginning. I went through so much BS just to come to this point, and I am stopping now. My story is only just beginning as well. Will there be another 30 years for me to live and speak to you like this again? I don't know, but I am going to take you on a ride of a lifetime. I will see you soon in the next one.